Good afternoon. My name is Alex Rodriguez, and this is Fresh Start. Now, I started doing this because I heard a podcast back in January, and I was like, wow, this is incredible. Everybody's giving out information, how the world works, how businesses works, how products works. And I was all into it just for 2 weeks while I was jogging. And while I was jogging, I was like, why can't I just start my own podcast and how to have different things, like how to run a business, how to run your department, how to be a better employee, how to take investment risks, how to manage your money. All these things I started thinking about as I was jogging. I was like, wow, this is incredible. Everybody's getting together on this podcast and talking about their experiences in life. So my topic is about starting fresh. Basically, you want to figure out ways how to look at it another way instead of thinking that you're doing it your way is right. And sometimes you're hitting the brick wall and you don't realize that you're hitting a brick wall and it's going nowhere. So my goal is to give you a different perspective in life, especially for business, investment risks, managing money, anything you really want to know about. But right now, what I'm doing is currently talking about what's going on in our country right now. It is extremely important that you realize this is not a recession. This is a correction, a major correction in our world. What's going on right now. It's impacting everybody from the business owner to a contractor to an employee. So I'm going to make another video later on in the future about why I started actually doing this and why it was important to me and why it's a passion for me to talk about different things and different topics. So right now, let's talk about a business owner. The challenges that a business owner is having right now is, should we lay off employees? Should we scale down somewhere? What should we do? Wait a second, all our doors are closed because the government's shutting out all restaurants and all the manufacturers business. They don't want us to be around more than 10 people. So it's impacting everyone. So as a business owner, you have to think, what do you want to do? The best thing that you could probably do right now as a business owner is talk to your employees. This is the time where you need to stop and realize that it's going to impact everyone. I personally think you should not lay anybody off, but that's my opinion. Every business has their own struggles. But think outside the box as a business owner. Talk to your employees and figure out what you could do. Maybe everybody needs to take a pay cut. Maybe get furloughed for maybe a month. Or take unemployment for a month. I don't know. Talk to your employees and figure that out. What can you do together as a team? Because this is where a leader will come and say, let's get together to figure it out together. Now, some owners out there are like laying everybody off, firing people left and right, and not thinking about their families and what's going on with their finances. But your goal as the business owner is to figure it out together as your team. It's really important you talk to all your employees and be honest with them, especially on the financial side, because I know it's going to be really a hard struggle as a business owner. Trust me, I see it. I know a lot of friends that are owners. I know a lot of people that have more than 500 employees as well. And it's very difficult. Of course, I'm talking to them. I'm trying to come up with strategies as well. What can we do as a team and our team? Because we have been doing so great the last 5 years. And this has been an impact in our industry. We do corporate events for a living. And it's been a struggle for our department. It hit hard. We had more cancellations than I've ever seen in my history. Just to give you a little bit of background of me, I manage probably about 1,800 events a year. So I assure you, we're not a small player. And a lot of producers and technical directors that know who I am can actually tell you that I have a good ship, a good team. And when I come into any place, I get it done. So that's one thing. Number two is the next thing that's getting hit hard is contractors. And for you guys and women, I feel sorry for you guys because you live off contract work all this time that you've been wanting to be being self-employed. And now you took the risk maybe a couple years ago in any industry. And all of a sudden now you're booked for solid for a couple of months or maybe even the whole year or maybe 2 years. And all of a sudden it all got canceled. I know financially is going to be a struggle on you. And I assure you, I'm going to tell you what you could do at this point. But I'm going to talk about the employees now. An employee side, understand that the business owner has to think of them too and their families. So be compassionate right now. Talk to your management team, talk to the owners and see what you could do. I'm telling you, if you guys work together to hold that ship down, when it all it all is over, I assure you, you guys will be a lot stronger. Think financially, think what we could do as a business, as an employee, as a contractor. So I assure you, don't give up. Don't just stay at home. Think, help the company. Let's see what we can do. Think of other strategies. But I'm going to go back to as a contractor. Here's a great opportunity for you as a contractor. Don't reach out to me, okay? Don't reach out to me. But as a contractor, go talk to your customers that booked you and help them out right now during this crisis. If you're helping out, do your volunteer at their company. Do something to help them out. Because I assure you, if you do that little one step, when all this is over, who do you think they're going to call first? They're going to call the contractors that said, oh, sorry, you don't have my business, then, or you can't give me any work. I'm sorry, then I'm going to go call somebody else. Or they're going to call the person that I was volunteering and helping and calling and checking up on them. I assure you, all those little things will help you as a contractor. I know right now it's tough. I assure you, it's really tough. I see it. I was getting a haircut yesterday, or 2 days ago. No, it was yesterday, I'm sorry. And I saw a grown man cry. And he was in tears, and the person that was cutting his hair was like, what's wrong? It's like, the thing that came out of his mouth was like, I have to lay off 100 employees. Man, that really hurt. I just wanted to talk to him and say, figure it out. See what the government's there to offer. As a business owner, get together with FEMA. FEMA is helping a lot of business owners. Get together with your employees and see what you could do. I assure you, this is not a recession. This is a correction. It's going to go, like, you know, even if you love Trump or hate Trump, it doesn't matter. I'm very agnostic and I like both sides. I understand both sides and I try to understand both sides. But at the end of the day, Trump is doing a really good job by trying to implement all these things. And I'm not trying to get political here because I don't want to get political here, because at the end of the day, I don't care if you're far right or far left. I don't care. At the end of the day, we got to work together as a team to figure out what we can do. There's a lot of families that are actually hurting and struggling, and I see a lot of selfish people that I hear it in my ear and I see them that have millions of dollars in their bank account and they're laying off employees because they don't want to tap their money. It's their money. They're looking at it's their money, but they're not thinking about the livelihood of their employees. So going back to this as a business owner, I'm here to talk to you guys. I'm here to work together with you guys as a business owner. I'm here to talk to all contractors. I'm here to talk to all employees because I'm here to see it all. What works and what doesn't work. You know what? If our industry got terminated for the next year, I'd go work somewhere else. I'd go work at Home Depot, be clean, whatever it had to take. I have to do what's best for my family. But for you guys, don't quit. Right now is just a correction. Give it a couple weeks. You know, we talked about it in our team, and we're not really going to do anything for 2 weeks. We're going to wait till the dust settles and see what we're going to happen. Another business owner will probably freak out and is doing what is best for him now. And I assure you, what's best for you now is not the answer. Just be patient a little bit. I am concerned for a lot of employees that don't know what's going on with their job either. And I'm sorry, if you feel that way, you need to talk to your management team. And if they're looking around and like they don't know the answers, they're just as scared as you are. So be patient with your managers and be patient with other employees. Everybody's kind of freaking out a little bit, but I assure you, if we could get through this big old hump, we will all blossom together. This country was doing very well maybe 4 weeks ago. 4 weeks ago, I remember thinking, wow, we are all doing so well financially on our 401k. Even your 401k, how great was it 4 weeks ago? And it just plummeted. You probably lost about 30% of your 401k. And I assure you, leave it alone. Don't touch any of your money. Leave it alone. Because at the end of the day, this is a correction and not a recession. It breaks my heart to see families struggling and people going out there going crazy of going to the stores, buying all these toilet papers and food is being gone. I'm sorry, if you're one of those people that have maybe, let's just say, more than 100 rolls of toilet paper in your house, that's the kind of person I feel sorry for, because you're making other people go crazy. And that thing is, it's gonna be okay. I don't know why you're losing it. Right now, it's a time for we all to get together. Help your neighbors. Help anybody. Make sure that your neighbors are okay, especially if they're elderly. Check on your neighbors. I mean, you don't have to go knock on the door. Just send them a text message and say, hey, I just want to make sure you're okay. Or do you need anything? Do you need any water or toilet paper? I know for a fact there's some stores out there that haven't. You just have to look and do your research. So right now, I'm making this podcast just for right now to see how things are going and what we could do to work together as a team. I know everybody is struggling today and tomorrow and the next couple of weeks, but be patient and understand we can move on after this. We've been through a lot worse. Unfortunately, I've been here before, back in 2001 after 9/11, where it jeopardized our airline industry, our hotel industry, our productions and corporate event industry. So it was very difficult during 2001. And yes, I'm 43 years old, and that was a hard one for me. I remember going to work and thinking if I was going to have a job. So I was that employee, and it was very scary. Back in 2008, when the housing market crashed, I was there too. And guess what? It affected our corporate events. Everybody had a tight budget. Everybody had no money to spend, but we made it. We made it through it. And now we're going through this. I think you've been through it too. Now, to the millennials that I'm talking to right now, learn from this. Learn as much as you can. What did we do? What can we do better next time? How can we prepare next time? I'm telling you, if you're an employee, think about all this stuff. Write it down. And if I was you, just write it down and see what you're going through, what your families are going through, especially your parents, your friends, your neighbors, and write it down so you can remember all these things that you're going through in the past. I've been actually taking so many notes of I would have never thought that this would have happened to our country. Bill Gates made a video back in I just saw a video about Bill Gates on 2015, and I can't believe he called it. He basically said a war is not going to kill us, a virus is going to kill us. And wow, that was very impressive. I applaud Bill Gates I'm actually jealous of Bill Gates, not because he's rich, because he was able to predict something that can happen. And I thought that was an awesome, inspiring video. I have it on my Facebook. If you just go a couple of videos, I just posted maybe a couple of days ago. But it's very interesting how people could see that stuff. And, that I'm jealous about. The fact that he's rich, I don't care about money. Here's the thing about money. Stop thinking that money will buy you happiness. And I'm saying that because I'll have an interview with my wife, because at one time, my wife's a registered nurse, and she thought that being a registered nurse and having X amount of money and having a good job and putting money in your savings account every month or whatever was the way you lived in life. And it's not. Okay, it is not. Money does not and will not buy you happiness. I assure you. And if you think that it does, it's going to give you more misery. I wish we could have Bill Gates interview here and ask him how much of a headache he's had since he has so much money. I guarantee you, he's probably wondering who his real friends are. Is it because he's Bill Gates, or he probably has really good friends that don't care about money? The thing is, right now we're all going through a really bad time, and I'm making this video because I am starting a fresh start basically on other topics. But I'll talk to you about it later more. But it will be about business struggles, financial struggles, taking risks, being an entrepreneur. But here's another thing too that I will talk about. I have been through a divorce before, and it was a bad depression. And I assure you, I got out of that. And you can too. This thing that we're struggling right now, it's going to pass over. I can't tell you if it's going to be a couple months or even 6 months. But I know until we could flatten out that, right now what's happening right now, it's everyone's getting infected by it and it's going straight up. But until we plateau is where people are going to start taking a little bit of risk on investments and start getting back to normal just a little bit. But as soon as it starts going down, I'm actually going to tell you what I would do. Put all your money in the stock market, and as soon as it starts going down, that's when it's going to jump right back up. I know everybody lost a lot of money recently. I actually know a lot of people that have lost over $1 million in a matter of days, actually weeks. And it sucks. And I guarantee you they're probably happier that they're alive and happy with their family than care about money. I know it stings. Don't get me wrong. I've lost a lot of money the last couple of weeks too. But guess what? It's just money. I really don't care about money. Money does not buy me happiness. I know that my family's doing well. I know my kids are very healthy. I hope I'm healthy. I think as of today, I'm healthy and I don't have the coronavirus. But honestly, don't be scared. Life will go on. We all been through this before. Every year. and they will find. I'm hoping that our government will. I don't want to have our government. I want the private sector to go and find these cures, because that's where they make that's where they blossom. But going back to being an employee, hey, I know it's a struggle, and I feel sorry for anyone that has lost their job, especially in the restaurant business, in the hotel business, especially in the corporate event side. I know a lot of people have lost their jobs and they have no idea what to do next. It will be okay. It's going to be really hard the next couple of months. Now, here's my thing to all you families, because I'm doing it too. So don't think that we're not, call your mortgage company and say, hey, what can we do? I lost my job, or I don't know if I'll have my job next month. They're going to help you out. If they don't, well, next time you want to get a loan, don't go with them. I know that a lot of, I have an Apple card, and the cool thing about it is that don't worry about making your payment next month. I'm like, oh, cool. I'm going to go ahead and charge more on it if I need to. But the thing is, there's companies out there that will help you out. I'm actually really happy. I'll give props to Apple Card. If you don't have one, get one. They said, don't worry about making a payment. I thought that was freaking awesome. I'm not struggling, but I know that, maybe next couple months, maybe, I don't know. But as of right now, I know we're okay. And I know that we're all healthy. Now, regarding your mortgage, contact your mortgage company and tell them, hey, I don't know if I'll have a job. Just talk to them and see what they're able to offer you guys right now. I mean, at least try, even take advantage of it for 2 months. Maybe they're waiving, they might just charge you interest for 2 months. I don't know. Talk to them. Everyone will help you out. I know that car industries, car loans, they'll help you out too. Try to extend it for 2 months, no payments or whatever for 2 months, just the interest rate. Because the first mistake you're going to do, if you are late on anything, you'll get a net 30. That is the absolutely worst thing you could do. So just do me a favor, don't get a net 30. That damages your credit big time. Regarding your families, stay away from them for a while. I'm actually not hanging out with any of my friends. I'm going to the warehouse and I'm going to the office, but I'm actually staying away as much as possible. But all I got to end it with this is condolence to any guys that lost their jobs. And my heart breaks to you guys. I know it's going to be a struggle. But this will open a new opportunity to find something else. But I assure you, it will be okay. I know that some of you contractors are stressing out. Trust me, I see it. A lot of my contractors that I use, they're begging for work, and there's nothing we could do. We're not gonna hire any contractors the next probably 2 months, 60 days, because we're concerned. We want to make sure that we take care of all our employees first. That's our number one thing. We got to take care of our employees first. And to you business owners, don't be freaking selfish. Talk to your employees, figure it out. Even if you guys have to take a pay cut, figure it out. Everyone's gonna hurt, because what's gonna happen here's what I'm predicting what's gonna happen. I assure you, I'm right on this. Let's just say here in the next 6 weeks, everything goes back to normal. 6 weeks, I'm just giving it 6 weeks. It goes back to normal. Everything will go back to normal. You're gonna have a hard time finding the right people again, because you gave up on them and you fired them or laid them off. Do you think anybody's gonna want to work with you again? Probably not. Regarding your personal financials, this is where sometimes you have to put your personal money in. It sucks, but you're going to have to. Number 3, as a business owner, I know, go to FEMA.com. I think there's some SBA loans that are going to help you for 6 weeks. This is what other people are telling me. Just look into it. They're going to help you for 6 weeks. They're going to try to cover your salaries for your employees for 6 weeks. And what they're going to do is they're going to forgive that loan. That is the most important thing. Our government is trying to help us out. So as a business owner, do me a favor, don't quit on your employees, because it's going to be a lot harder to find good employees in 6 weeks from now. What I'm predicting is going to happen, everything will probably go back to normal. I'm going to talk about the hospitality business and airline business and all that stuff. I think our everything will go back to normal probably by July or maybe July or August. But actually June, July, and August. Let me say why I'm saying June, July, and August. What's going to happen is the next 2 months is going to be really important. Let's see if it starts going down. I'm talking about the not many people are infected. There's more, everybody's getting cured by it, and it's going to go down. As soon as it starts going down, that's when we're going to start planning to do more events and more corporate events. What's going to happen, all these events that just canceled the last 3 months, they're going to start planning probably, because it takes about 60 days to work with a hotel, get a contract, whatever, and then get your attendees. So that's going to be the most important. So let's just say by May, if everything goes well, I'm saying in a good scenario, in May, so that means June and July, you'll start getting booked for August, September, October, November. But all those events that just happened, it's all going to start hitting August, September, October, moving on forward. What I'm concerned about, let's just say is I'm just talking about hospitality business, okay? You lay off people or furlough them or whatever you're going to do, or let them go, it doesn't matter. Those people are probably not going to come back to you. I guarantee it. They're going to find other jobs and you're going to lose them. And now you have to hire an HR department, and now you're going to have to pay Indeed to get more employees. And it's going to be a very struggle. So you as a business owner, try your hardest to work with your employees and give them, just communicate with them on a daily basis. I know as a business owner, you guys have some money on the side that for a rainy day, because you're predicting maybe a recession. This is not a recession, this is a correction. And understand that it's very important that you work with your employees as much as possible. I have a passion for everybody. I understand the business owner side, I understand the contractor side, I understand the employee side. So as a business owner, you need to talk to your employees. And I'm talking to you too. You're a business owner. Understand you have to care about everyone. As a contractor, man, I could talk about as a contractor. I remember knocking on people's doors, quote unquote. It's actually really more emails. I remember emailing everybody just trying to get some work. This was a long time ago. And as an employee, I assure you, I'm all aware of what's going on as an employee. I love talking to everybody as an employee, because it's very important that you know everybody's their gifts and their bad gifts, or what they're good at and what they suck at, And I like talking to everybody. I don't care what the job is. I love working. So as an employee, contractor, business owner, I love doing it all. I don't care. At the end of the day, money is not important to me. But if money is important to you, there's a problem. Just try to make it by for right now, and do whatever you can to help your neighbors, help everybody out, because this is the time where you're going to see true colors of people. Are they going to be selfish and just worry about themselves, or going to take care of other people? Trust me, I went to the office today and I saw a lot of people stress. Not my department. My department was not even stressed at all. If you ever worked with me before in the past, no matter, like one of my good, just letting you know, this is for the future. I am going to have other guests in my show. And I have some pretty amazing people that are going to come and talk here in the next couple of days. And if you want to be a guest in my show, you're a business owner or employee or a contractor, please contact me and I'll tell you why. Because I want to hear everybody's side, and at least have a conversation about what's going on and what you're thinking, what you're going through, and what steps can you make to overcome this issue that you're having. So anyways, going back to, I have this a really good friend who will be on my show here probably later this week or next week. And even if he says all the time, even the building's on fire, I'm over here going like, hey, does anybody have a fire hose, or what can we do to put it out? I don't freak out. At the end of the day, what's the point of freaking out? Not one time this week I'm like, oh my gosh, what's going to happen? Not one time. I'm like, Actually, as a matter of fact, I was like, the only thing that came on my mind, and I hope this doesn't offend anybody or upset anybody, I was like, wow, I get to work out every day. That's the only thing that came out, because my passion is working out. I love working out. If I go jogging 5 miles a day, that is my life. Well, maybe 10. Actually, I'll be really happy with 10. But anyways, if you're a business owner or employee or contractor, please reach out. I don't know how you're going to reach out to me right now, but because all this just started like maybe 2 weeks ago. Now I'm putting on fast mode on it. I'm putting steroids on it so it can go fast. The website is called Fresh. Let me see what it is, because that's how fast this has all been going. Let me see what it is. And I'm sorry, I wasn't prepared for that. It is called, I think it's Fresh Start Now. And I'm sorry, and by the way, I'm not going to edit this to, it's called freshstartlive.com. So it's actually up right now. I have a really good friend in Morocco that I'm going to introduce you guys with. He does all my editing. He does all my graphics. He does everything for me. And I'm going to advertise him too, because he's been with me through all this, and we're trying to put some steroids on this, and just to make it fast and quick so we can communicate with you guys faster. And he will, he's a good, if you need someone with graphics, want to start your podcast or want to start some video editing or whatever you need, I will introduce you, because this guy is amazing. He has a talent that you will appreciate if you need to do it. And, you know, and another note, changing the subject here for a second, but this is a topic that I will make here pretty soon, is if you ever want to start your podcast or about anything, microphones, laptops, whatever the case might be, I'm going to make a video on how to do that, because I'm actually learning a lot. I've never done a podcast before. I've never done live streaming before, but I mean, I just started doing this maybe 2 weeks ago. Now, as a career, I know how to do it for other people. I could do that. Anything they want, anything audiovisual lighting, I could do. Broadcasting and video editing, I could do it. But I'm pretty busy with well, I was pretty busy, but right now I'm actually, as far as I know, I'll be off for the next 30 days. So not off really. I'm going to go to the warehouse and get some stuff done that I've been wanting to do for a while. But keep yourself busy. You know, go work out, go do something. But regarding podcasts, I assure you, I'll have some information on how to make your own podcast. Anyways, I've been talking for 20 minutes, probably a little bit longer than that. And my goal is to make a podcast for maybe about 25 to 30 minutes, because I want you guys to listen to how to start fresh while you're either jogging. I hope you're working out or driving to work. Especially now, right now, no one's driving to work. And if you are, be careful out there. But that is my goal. This is Alex Rodriguez for Fresh Start.